we've been living in Mexico for coming on 8 months now. And I've had a few people question whether or not I feel safe. And it's very ironic that I would be saying this, because originally when we decided to move away from Thailand, which is where we were when they went COVID crazy with pregnant women, I was scared to come to Mexico. And the irony, as I mentioned, is the fact that I've been to Syria. I've been in the deserts of Syria right before everything blew up. I was the only person there without a gun. I have stayed overnight illegally hiding out in a cave as they searched for us, not knowing that we weren't going to get in trouble, but it was just the tourist police in Petra, Jordan. I have crossed the Mongolian border on foot after being kicked out of Russia. And I tell you this only to tell you that I was scared to come to Mexico, because in my mind, they've implanted the media that there would be massive drug cartel violence. So the question, do I feel safe here? Yeah, I actually do feel safe. I find Mexicans to be generally very warm people, warmer than where we were previously living, because originally I had us move to Costa Rica to avoid the Thai authorities and the authoritarian nature of what they would do with pregnant women when they were giving birth. And I didn't find Costa Rica to be a great place to raise children, so we came up here to Mexico. And we, granted, live in an area that is a tourist haven, and the government has great incentives to de-incentivize criminals in the area. And to some degree, the cartels do enforcement of criminality because they want to be left alone to distribute their drugs, to do whatever crime that they do. And nobody here in Mexico is generally in favor of the cartels that I talk to, but they do provide some service in the fact that if criminals come, at least in the north of us, there is a town and there is a big mafia boss that lives there. And if criminals get caught committing acts of criminality in his town, they have a 3-strike policy. The first time they go out in the mountains and beat you. The second time, if you get caught, they beat you again. The third time, see you later. And thus there's really no crime around there. And that is generally known around Mexico, that there are penalties for committing such atrocities. So yes, despite the fact that we are gringos and living here, the other point in terms of being a gringo is the fact that they know that the Mexicans know that they're supposed to be hands off. You don't touch a gringo because they are a source of tourist dollars and you don't want to scare them away. So it's much more likely that you'll be assaulted, robbed if you are a Mexican. That said, we did have a theft in our house. I believe it was our maid, 90% sure, that stole from us. And that is fairly common here from what I know. But I find Mexicans in general to be very warm, very talkative, want to get to know you. I like Mexico a great deal. And it's much better here in Puerto Vallarta after the hot season where there are tons of mosquitoes and humidity and heat during the summer. And now that it's cooled off, it's just glorious. So yeah, I highly recommend Mexico to anybody that wants to escape the tyranny of California or the other blue states of America, or China to Canada with Justin Trudeau presiding. And I know that there are many of you people out there, and I want to tell you that I've met a number of people here who have followed the same route and have come to Mexico in order to escape the edicts and the mandates of the places that they used to live. So yeah, Mexico, pretty safe in general. I'm not saying that it's as safe as Thailand or, some of the places in the United States and rural US, but so far that looks pretty good, not to jinx it. Big fan of Mexicans in general and culture. Peace.